The judge in the Levi Chavez murder trial ruled today that prosecutors cannot call a key witness. That is the latest problem in this case for the prosecution, the case against the former APD cop. But the defense also did not get something that it wanted. News 13's Alex Goldsmith is live at the Sandoval County Courthouse. Alex?
Dick, it's been a bizarre day in the Levi Chavez trial, a day that ended with the judge pulling the case back from the brink of dismissal.
And none of that's in here, is it, Mr. Fairley?
It's not in there because it wasn't part of the threat investigation.
The Levi Chavez trial came to a halt today to handle a problem with one of the prosecution's witnesses, state insurance fraud investigator Richard Fairley. Fairley had been looking into allegations Levi Chavez staged the theft of his truck to collect the insurance on it. Fairley interviewed key state's witness Rose Slama, one of Levi's mistresses, as part of that investigation. Slama testified last week that Levi's wife Tara had told her Levi faked the theft of his truck and that she told Levi what his wife said. Prosecutors claim that was a motive for Levi to kill his wife, to keep her from turning him in. But the problem was Fairley didn't tell anyone he'd interviewed Slama and had case notes, not even prosecutors.
Did you at any time indicate that you had any information about that?
No, ma'am, I didn't because the question wasn't asked.
That's a big problem because the defense says Fairley had notes and information on the case that they could have used to cross-examine Slama. The defense asked the judge to throw the case out or at least tell the jury to ignore Slama's testimony.
It has to be like Rose Slama never happened, and that the state can, of course, not mention it in closing arguments.
Prosecutors pointed to another solution.
You can recall the witness. Rose Lama is still here in Albuquerque.
The judge mostly agreed with prosecutors, allowing Slama's testimony to stand, but also allowing the defense to cross-examine her again. The judge also blocked Fairley from testifying unless the defense wants to call him as a witness. Now here's how crazy this motion got today, or at least the argument over it. At one point, the lead prosecutor from the DA's office was sworn in as a witness to testify that the DA hadn't heard anything, didn't know anything about Fairley's case notes. Now, this trial is expected to get back to normal tomorrow. The jury should be back in the courtroom to hear more testimony. Back to you.
All right, Alex, prosecutors are expected to call members of Tara Chavez's family and crime scene experts when the trial does resume.